The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge on a Friday. Let's ride.
Let's ride, baby.
Danny McCray is here. Heckma Harrison is here. Barry Church is here. I'm Newy Scruggs. Going into the weekend, it is time to get into it.
Let's do it.
Cowboys, Eagles. It's what the Cowboys have wanted. They're 3-point favorites in this football game here, according to Vegas. And everything they want to finish the season strong, to answer the questions that people have had, it's all right here. And it starts on NBC's Sunday Night Football. So I thought Heckma had a good topic point today. Biggest impact for this game, offense or defense?
Why you gotta look at me like that? Why you gotta look at?
Go ahead.
All right, I tell you what. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I know. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna go with on offense. I'm gonna go with your man, Brandon Cooks. I think Brandon Cooks is the guy on offense that has the biggest impact, because I think CeeDee Lamb, they got to do something about him. He torched him the last time he saw him. Okay, on defense, I'm going with Tank.
He's going to have to be that guy.
Tank has to be that guy. I think they already know what Micah's going to bring to the table. They know the rush is going to be on. Where Dan Quinn puts him, I don't know. Okay. But in order to stop that run, you're going to need a big game from number 9.
Okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with those picks, okay? But offensively for me.
Hold on real quick. So this is who we think is going to ball, or who we think they got to play well in order for them to get a dub?
Yes.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Dak Prescott for
Absolutely.
me. Dak Prescott has to make sure he takes care of the football, all right? He's been doing it great for the last, actually this season he's been great at it, right? And then also he has to be the playmaker, the extending the plays type of guy, putting the game on his shoulders, because our run game just hasn't been what we expected to be. So I'm like, Dak needs three touchdowns, maybe one rushing, like somewhere in there, a total of 3 touchdowns. I got to see him do that on offense. And on defense, for me, like I want to pick one person, but I can't, because it's the cornerbacks to me.
Okay.
The cornerbacks have to be able to hold up against the Slim Reaper and A.J. Brown, right? Because if you don't, then this offense has 2 ways of kicking your butt up and down the field. Yep. All right, and what we saw last week with Geno Smith coming to Dallas, that was uncharacteristic of our secondary. Yeah. And I think that we got to button that up, or it's gonna be a long day for us, because if you can't stop them 2 dudes, man, and Philly's already a running team, that they just pick your poison.
Yeah, it kind of becomes a wrap then if you can't get those guys. Yeah, it becomes a wrap. For me, offensively, I'm going with Ferguson. You know, I feel like Ferguson has got to have a big-time game, and he has the capabilities of doing so. I mean, he's going to be lined up against either, 2 linebackers, one in Leonard that's just got there. So he's going to be, scrambling, trying to figure out the playbook. And he also has to go against one of them safeties. And Bayer was a guy, a couple weeks ago where I'm like, man, that's a big-time improvement. That's an upgrade. He's going to help your team out. And he made a couple of plays early on. But lately, I'm talking about these last 2-3 games, my man's been looking lost out there, whether it's in coverage, coming up to make tackles. He's missing a lot of tackles. Coverage is not as good as it once was. So to me, Ferg, he's going to be that security blanket, in my opinion, to get those 5-yard catches maybe turned into some yak. He has the capabilities of doing so. So to me, offensively, if Ferg is going out there and having a good game, then it also opens up a lot of other things. Defensively, I got to go with Marquise Bell on this one. He's got to have a huge game on that second level. One, he's going to be tasked with that RPO, and we all understand how hard that is, to bundle up right there. So he's going to have to be either spying on Hurts with that when it comes to that, limiting the run game, but also I think he's going to be tasked with, you talk about Swift and you talk about Gainwell coming out of the backfield as receivers. I think he's done a great job. We talked about Eckler and the Chargers and how he was able to limit those guys. I think if he has a big time game as far as limiting yards after catch, because they're going to get their grabs, they're going to get their catches. If he can limit those guys and be a great open field tackler, I think it'll be great for this defense. But that second level is going to be under attack. Whether it's from Goddard, whether it's from the running backs out of the backfield, or whether it's quarterback draw power with Hurts, it's going to be under attack. So I think both of those guys in the middle have got to have a big one.
Everything you said about defensively, I'm with you right there. I mean, I'm right behind you there 100%. You've got to make sure you take away their run. And when Jalen Hurts wants to get out of the pocket, you've got to make you checking on him. And who knows how good that Goddard is back from the injury. But this is where, if I'm Philadelphia, I'm looking to make some hay right there in that area of the football field. And I go back to what you said. It's Dak Prescott on the offense. I mean, this thing is all about offense. And it's all about the quarterback. And if this quarterback is out here getting it done, then we know they can win. But if he's out here, you're throwing a pick and you're not seeing a guy across the way and he steps in and undercuts it, it's going to be a problem. This is not a football game in which you can give away the football. You've got to win the turnover battle here. You got to win the turnover battle, and you cannot have 9, 10 penalties in this football game. The pre-snap penalties have to stop. And I don't know what guys are saying in the room to each other, but doggone it, this week it's on them. It is on them to make sure. Did you report to the referee? Do you stay on side? Do you not? All the stuff we've seen, man. Kickoff return. Don't sit around here and get a face mask, personal foul. I mean, don't
touchback.
On a touchback. Never heard of it.
Right. You know, these kinds of mistakes that you just cannot have in a magnitude game like this that you must have. At the end of the day, I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. All your hopes and dreams are right here.
Yeah.
And if you don't win this game, you now put yourself in the 8 ball, you're in the wild card spot, and you're going to be digging. You could still be there, but you got to do this part. And what people said all year long, you can't beat anybody good. Yeah. Even though they beat a winning team in Seattle, it doesn't count. I heard on the radio, like, you can't win against San Francisco. I'm like, did anybody was I the only one who was there at Tampa when they won the playoff game? Because nobody brings that up. It is act like they did not beat Tom Brady and send him retire. I mean, that's like didn't happen. So people are saying this is a quote-unquote big game. You know how I feel about that phrase, but this is what they've got to do. So, you got to roll.
So people saying the Seattle Seahawks game didn't count? That to me, that was a good football team. They play good defensively. Yeah. They have a sound quarterback in Geno Smith who has made improvement after improvement. DK Metcalf is a big-time receiver. Yeah. Tyler Lockett, he is a big-time receiver. Been in the league for a long time. Like that is a good football team, and they came in here against a good defense. And they put up some numbers on a really good Dallas Cowboys defense. And we went up there and put up some numbers on a really good Seattle Seahawks offense. Defense. So I don't like it counts. Now I think that one counts more than the Tom Brady one because were they under 500?
Listen to NBC Sports Radio on the way over here. Peter King and Mike Florio are talking, and Peter King said they have to prove that they can go out and beat good teams and actually win a big game. That the Cowboys the last few years have not won a big game. So put it on McCarthy, put it on Dak. It's like, and then he went on to say, you know, if they're the team that Jerry Jones thinks they are, they've got to win. And then he referenced the 2 San Francisco losses in the playoffs. And as I said, I'm listening to this, and what I've listened to for so many times is that Tampa Bay playoff game does not exist in the minds of people. It's as though it did not happen.
Hey, don't do that. It happened. That's what we can say. It happened. That Tampa Bay team was not they crawled off into the playoffs. They had to put somebody from the South in there, so they went ahead. It count. I'm not saying it doesn't count. But you know, if you lost it, you can't even be the bad team. So it was going to get used against you, but you've got no credit for it.
Yeah,
and yes, hey, go beat a team with a winning record. They did it, and there's no credit for it. Had you lost it, you can't even beat a middling team. You can't beat Geno Smith. I'm just saying, this is what you're up against.
Any way to undermine the Dallas Cowboys, you know the media is going to take it, man, and we don't care nothing about that. I mean, this is a game where the Cowboys have to have it. And I want to ask y'all, man, do y'all feel like from all the noise on the outside, as it's being stated, that this is a career-defining game for Dak? Do you feel that?
No, I don't. I don't. It's still the regular season.
But I'm saying in the grand scheme of where you're going to go into the playoffs, in the grand scheme of actually getting to where Newey's just talked about, how everyone's saying, well, you ain't beat anybody. Finally, you get an opportunity to go head-to-head versus your nemesis in your division. How could this not be?
I don't think it's career defining. I think it's a huge game and a huge opportunity, especially when you're looking at the MVP race, and then Dak could put himself as the front runner if he goes out and beats Philadelphia. But he played really well against Philadelphia last time, and we still lost the game, right? So there still could be an opportunity for us to go out there and Dak Prescott have 4 or 5 touchdowns, and we figure out a way to lose it. And I don't think it would be on Dak. Yeah. I think Dak has done a lot in his career, but I think the thing that's going to be career defining is how he plays when he gets into big games in the play. How far can you make it in the playoffs when you run into a Philly or San Francisco or whoever it is who's rolling at that moment? I think that is going to define your career as a Dallas Cowboy player, just like Tony Romo. Yep. It's defined that way.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that one. When you talk about, career defining, we all understand when you wear the star, it's what happens in the playoffs. That's what's going to, grant your legacy or doom your legacy. Because if we look at it last year in San Francisco, when he had a bad playoff game, that wasn't, to me, career defining. I mean, it was a bad game. I understand it. And it was in a big situation. But look how he's been able to bounce back this year. He's in an MVP discussion. So to me, I don't think this game is career defining. I do, however, think this game is a must win when you talk about being able to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, because we all understand this team is a different team on the road. I mean, I think we can put it that way. When you look at them at home, I think they're 14-0.
Yeah, 14 straight.
I mean, that's ridiculous. So to me, if you want to get that home field advantage and you want to be that team that hosts playoffs games and you're going to get your best shot to make it to the S-Bob or to the Super Bowl, then you got to win this game. Because if you lose this, I think they're down two games in the division, and you look at the rest of the Eagles' schedule. They got the Commanders, I think, and the Giants. A couple games that they should win easily. So if you want to get that home field advantage, you want to take that next step. This is, to me, a must-win game because you got to. You can't go too far back in that division.
No, if you win, if you come away from a situation, come away from this game Sunday, you win. That's double-digit wins for Mike McCarthy in 3 seasons. Yeah. And that puts him in a rare class as a Dallas Cowboy coach. And a lot of people ain't talking about that. They say no news is good news. Nah, man, you got to talk about some of the good things that you see this team doing. And all you hearing is what Newey's talking about. The guys like Peter King saying, well, y'all ain't beat anybody. You saw that game, man. You were just talking about Seattle. Seattle is a bona fide team. And San Francisco has their work cut out for them this Sunday against Seattle, because they go in there sleepwalking. They can get beat by Geno and DK Metcalf.
They ain't even got to be sleepwalking.
Yeah.
The NFC West is always that is always a division, a conference where you sit over there and you say, no matter the record of any 4 of those teams, you can get beat. And that's from Arizona Cardinals all the way up to the San Francisco 49ers and the Rams. Even when they were winning the Super Bowl, they would go into those division games. You'd be like, hold on, what happened to McVay last week? Right? Because he's in the NFC West. So, yeah,
you say it was all good just a week ago.
How many times they wrote off Matthew Stafford them in the NFC West before they won the Super Bowl? They were like, man, I don't know, man. Matthew Stafford,
he ain't got it.
And then here he comes.
There it is, man.
I look at Eli Manning, and you talk about your career-defining game. Eli Manning's career-defining games were in the playoffs, season, and it was the 2 Super Bowl wins over the Patriots. I mean, for Eli's career, his record, he finished 117 wins, 117 losses.
Man.
He didn't have a great record. And they talk about putting this guy in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Okay? Talk about putting this guy in the Hall of Fame.
Horrible at the end.
The last 3 years. It got me paid.
I think they were happier playing against Eli.
So from 2011 to 2019, he had 1 double-digit win season. From 2011, he was 9-7, 9-7, 7-9, 6-10, 6-10, 11-5, 3-12, 5-11, 1-3.
Yeah, they was bad.
I mean, this is how he finished his career. He had 5 double-digit win seasons, but his career was made to playoffs. Yeah, so when you needed to have it the most, you did it, and you did it against arguably the best head coach and quarterback of all time. He won twice. One of them was when they were undefeated. Yeah. And the Patriots were undefeated. So to me, Heckman, it's the playoffs. That's where you lay it down, and where we're going to remember everything about you. But this game is going to set a tone. If they win, we will talk about them in terms of being a true contender. And, oh, by the way, look at what's on the schedule for them the rest of December. All your hopes and dreams is here. Yeah. They lose, You know what's coming. Can't get it done. Here comes the measuring stick. You can't meet it. It's at your house. You had the winning streak. You couldn't do it. Jalen Hurts not 100%.
Is that fair? But is that a fair criticism?
It comes with the meals, Jason Garrett used to say. So I'll say yes from the standpoint of this is you know who you play for. You know what's expected. When you play for the Yankees, you play for the Lakers, you know people are here for championships. They're not here for the excuses and the bull nah. That's why you got to get this one done. Yeah. That old NFL films, heck, you remember what Lou Saban said, you can get it done, you can get it done. What's more, you got to get it done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, it'll be fair criticism if they go out here and they don't win this football game.
I agree.
It'll be fair criticism of saying when you come up against the upper echelon of football teams in the NFL, you haven't been able to show that you belong in that category based off the last couple years. I think that's fair.
Prove a game. Yeah.
And I worry about that. I worry about that because the scenario as it continues to play out in my head is like, if they lose 42-10, what does that do to the psyche of this team?
Hurt.
What does that do? You're talking about what does that do? Does that set them back mentally? Does that put them in a situation amongst in the media types to say, "Oh, you don't belong here. Here's another measuring stick game, and you failed to meet expectations." In a team that has been hearing the noise, I don't care. There's no way they can get away from it.
Oh,
you hadn't played. You ain't played nobody. You ain't beat nobody. Then you come up against a team that has the record, that has all the firepower. How do you meet up? And you don't even. You don't even come close.
That's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm looking for. I want to see, for all the expectation that's been placed on them, if they don't live up to it, man, how many times can you go see them headline? How many times do they headline the show, man?
At some point, we gonna come in here and we gonna say, all right, y'all, just the headline is right. Like at some point, it's not like they just beating up on the Cowboys. At some point, you gonna look at it and say, all right, going back to the last 2 years, how many times have they beaten these teams? Okay, we saw Philly get stomped out by San Francisco last week. Mm-hmm. Now, if they go out there and lay an egg 42-10, now you're gonna say, hold on, y'all ain't sniffing the top of the ride. It's not even there, especially with how close the game was last time we played Philly. Like, you left that game feeling like, hey man, if we made a few more plays, although Philly didn't play their best game either.
No, they haven't.
Right? So you say, okay, this game should be a close competitive game, and if it's not
at home too,
somebody. Oh yeah, right.
Man, you get smacked at home. You like, hold on,
we fight for home playoff.
Now,
I don't want to be here no more.
I will couch this going back to covering the Rangers. When they were trying to win the division, the Astros came into Arlington, and they put up historic numbers against them. It was a beatdown of beatdowns. Runs scored in a series and home. I mean, the Astros just, laid it to them. And everybody was like, man, can't win, ain't gonna get it done. And then they had a lead in the last 4 games. They couldn't hold on. Astros win division. People wrote them off. You gotta let it play out. No matter what happens, you have to let this play out. Gotta let it play out. Yes. It may not be pretty in terms of, okay, you could get beat and we're like, oh my gosh, but you do have to let it play out.
I mean, look at the 49ers, or not the 49ers, the Rams, when they won that Super Bowl 2 years ago. They got spanked twice by the 49ers in their own division. Spanked twice. Met up in the playoffs, I believe, was it the NFC Championship? One of those games. And they put it on them. And they got the W.
I think we're talking about perception.
They didn't put it on them.
I'm trying to put some flavor on there. I'm trying to put some flavor on there. I'm trying to put flavor on there.
Yeah, I think it's
put
more
it on perception.
They got through that one.
Boy dropped the pick for the
exactly.
Oh man,
exactly.
What it do? Big
night.
What's happening?
Let's get a break in here. Mike McCarthy is back in the building. Let's talk about the Cowboys head coach as he gets ready to coach on the sidelines against the Philadelphia Eagles after having his appendix removed. This is Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
McCarthy.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Experience the magic of the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at Christmas time. Available through the holiday season on select dates only. Christmas tours of the Star get you VIP viewing at Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, a holiday-themed guided tour of the Star, and festive takeaways including a limited edition ornament and a Santa hat. Space is limited. Book your visit at thestarinfrisco.com.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison. The Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. You got Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. Mike McCarthy back at the Star said, quote, I'm feeling great. Anticipate everything staying normal come Sunday night. Okay. He will be on the sidelines. He will be calling plays. And he said you don't have to worry about him getting into any players like, the security of Philadelphia.
Big Dom.
Because, Mike's not trying to mess around and get hurt here. So I expect Cable to be right next to Mike McCarthy to fend off everybody that gets near him in this football game. So the head coach says he's good. All right, how you feeling about that, Danny?
I feel good. I'm glad he's going to be on the sideline. I think he makes a difference for Dak and that offense when he's calling plays. And then I assume I haven't played offense that having him on the sideline and Dak being over to go talk to him face to face is also that also has a huge impact on what you can see in the game and the adjustments they're able to make. So I'm glad he's going to be on the sideline.
He is your play caller. You need this dude, and this is in the biggest game. Dak needs that voice in his head to be telling him what to do. These guys are on the same page, and I think at the beginning of the season, you had your questions about the way that he was using Dak, the offense. But, man, over these last couple of games, you've seen them roll. You've seen the creativity from Mike. You've seen Mike bring out the best in players like Brandon Cooks. You've seen guys like Ferguson now starting to take the lead. And I'm not saying that Dak couldn't, as a veteran in this league, obviously he can call his own plays. But I think that having that brain trust of Mike McCarthy down there on the field does a lot for Dak.
Nah, it's big time because like all you guys said, this whole year, McCarthy, has been doing his thing. I got to admit, the man has been doing his thing with creativity, moving CeeDee Lamb around so it's hard not to get a double team on him, using Turpin, using all these guys out there as weapons. His creativity has been awesome so far this season, and I'm glad that he's on the sidelines to be able to be that voice in Dak's ear or whatever the case may be. But when I look at it, I'm sitting there like, man, as a head coach, usually if you're the offensive coordinator, once the offense comes to the sideline, you guys are all over there on the sideline, on the bench, kind of working things out, making these adjustments. But as a head coach, and I could be wrong, I don't really see him, like, once the offense is done, he's still, like, right on the sideline with the defense as well. So is it, Schottenheimer that goes in there and makes those adjustments with the guys, and he's just, calling the plays? Like, he's doing a heck of a job. Don't get me wrong. He's doing a heck of a job. That would make it hard for me looking at it like, all right, offense is done. All right, we back up. Like, it's tough.
I'm sure there's probably some type of communication to where if he sees something that he would go over there and, say a little something. But his communication probably is mainly with Dak Prescott.
That's a hell of a dynamic that you're talking about because most offensive play callers do that. Everybody's and I think it's the same for, like, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's not on the sideline. Dan Quinn's up in the box. So, and I don't know how that is for all NFL teams if the DC is always up in the how it is, basically. But I think that the way that they have their communication set up, it works. But I think this is, for me, having Mike on the sideline is more of a Dak thing than it is for anybody else.
Yeah.
He says he's ready to go. All I can do is believe him.
Yeah.
At this point in time, you had the surgery. You said you were good to go, so
he can call some plays.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all right. Big Mike, the Irishman, what we call him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be
Irishman
all right.
from Pittsburgh.
And Mike a big dude too, man. Mike ain't no little cat.
Oh, he's a good dude.
I'll tell you that Dak Prescott has made it a lot easier on Big Mike this season. I think once Big Mike saw that Dak was comfortable using his legs, I think that opened up a whole different dynamic for this offense. So I just like they ran quarterback lead last week. You know what I'm saying? You usually see Jalen Hurts in there running. They ran quarterback lead last week. You know what I'm saying? So that's how comfortable Dak is right now, and I think the sky's the limit as long as he's able to do stuff like that.
Can we put something on his defense though? Y'all, come on now. Y'all know this is a big game for the defense. I know
my impact player. Impact was the second.
I mean,
quarterback.
As y'all been watching all week, watching film all week, y'all realize that you talk about those two wide receivers. But come on now, this running back group, Gainwell, Swift, these guys, they have a lot that could really cause trouble for the Dallas Cowboys. And defensively, if we're not on point, I just go back to that San Francisco game, bro. They literally got down in the red zone and didn't score twice in that first quarter on a 49ers defense that everybody. I mean, I think they're one of the best in the league. Mm-hmm. And they were not. I mean, and Philly is really good in the red zone. So, to me, I'm thinking that there's such a challenge on this defense, man, this week.
It is. And, like we talked about a little bit earlier this week, that's why I know everybody else, y'all talking about we got to stop that run. But that's why I think, man, I'd rather kind of see a bend but don't break style defense, like in between the 20s, from 20 to 20, they might be able to march up. But I feel like if we put a stopper on the big time plays, I mean, because if we look at this season so far, outside of that Arizona game, which game did the run really affect this defense? Like was like, man, we can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
So I feel like the running game last year was a huge problem. This year, I don't think it's been that big of a deal. But when you look at it, what's been hurting this team is big plays. When you look at the defense, what's been hurting is big plays, especially last week with Seattle. We didn't make them earn it to get into the red zone. Geno was throwing 50-yard bombs for touchdowns and getting them right in that area. So to me, that's why I'm like, man, 20 to 20, y'all have to earn it. Like if y'all getting first downs, it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and y'all converting those things. All right, but I'd rather see that and draw out the game than, man, we stopping them 3 and out. And there goes a big bomb. Man, they done got 7. You look up at the halftime thinking, man, we got time of possession, we got all that. But man, it's still 21-21.
In that same vein though, like if you don't trust your secondary, getting them in 20 to 20, like they still gonna, you still gotta cover Slim Reaper.
It's just easy in that red zone. Things happen quick.
The way we was getting beat last week, it didn't matter using the red zone or between the 20s. Yeah. It was just some bad football being played in the secondary. It was. That's true. That play to DK Metcalf, that was bad football. Yeah. That looked like he was at practice and you was like the score didn't even matter. Like it was all right. I went for it, and then it just didn't look like a real rep. That was some bad football being played. So I hope you won't see it this week. But Devontae, he did get a touchdown last.
Get a bomb, man.
It's going to help your defense get a lead.
That's true.
Make them have to keep up with you. And one thing about this Eagles team, in my opinion, I don't think they're as good a team when they have to play catch up because they want to run the ball. That's what they want to do. But if you're sitting up here like the Niners, they got them down. Well, guess what you got to do? You got to throw. Yeah. Now you got to stay in the pocket, and that wasn't a good thing. Mm-hmm. That was not a good thing. So that's my thing. Get the ball, get a lead, and as you said, earn the right to pass rush. That to me, if I'm trying to figure out how do I beat this team, guys, keep scoring on them. Take away this run, make them have to match.
But your frat brother been winning games from behind for the last 5 weeks. People have been trying to figure out how to beat him. He's been down at half and still figuring out ways to win games.
Well, when Josh Allen decides to throw a pick, right there on that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, all of those are all the things that'll get you beat.
Right, but you've seen teams like that go ahead and help them out. Washington, you got them, and then you go ahead and stick your foot into it. I mean, you got to go take it. But the Niners last week, they got up on them, and they didn't make those kind of mistakes that the other teams did. And you had to beat the Eagles. Kansas City, you didn't finish and do what you needed to do. By the way, win that turnover battle as well. But they can get got. You know, you just have to be on point. And I said, grab that 9 and tape, look at it. But I just think the Cowboys, oh, by the way, too, how have they won games? They've won games and been at their best when they've got a lead.
Yeah. San Francisco had some explosive plays last week. You know, like when we look at how they were able to build that lead, Debo taking the tunnel screen for 50, 60 yards, like they had some really big explosive plays that really stretched the lead out for them last week. So can we get those type of explosive plays is the question. Like can Tony Pollard be one of those guys who can take a screen 60 or 70 yards and have that type of explosive impact on the game? Can CeeDee Lamb do that? Are we going to toss the ball deep to Brandon Cooks to see if he has the opportunity to do that? If not, are we going to be one of those dink and dunk teams? Like how do we come out and play this week? Yeah. How do we do it? Because the recipe for success for San Francisco was explosive. Explosive plays all down the field and stay aggressive no matter what happened, and they kept their foot on their neck and they blew them out. So are we going to be able to do that? I hope so. I sure hope so, Heck.
I hope so.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
Oh, Kodak.
I hope so, man.
No, we need to. And I think the way that we've been winning, and you go back over the last couple games, man, Dak has been he's played it slow, played it fast. If he's needed a big play from CD, the way that teams have played him, CD still had impact in the red zone. We saw that last week with a touchdown grab that he had in the back of the end zone, a dot from Dak. I'm saying Brandon Cooks, man, has to be that dude that can extend plays, move the chains. He may not just be your, fade ball or your big play guy. He may have to be a possession receiver in some instances because we haven't gotten that from MG.
No, he ain't.
We haven't gotten that.
Nah, he ain't.
The only thing I'm worried about with your Brandon Cooks take is I'm not getting on that one. The only thing that worries me about the Brandon Cooks being the impact player is we've seen times where they won't even look the guy's way.
No, but that's over with. That's over with. That's over.
No, we thought it was over with. The next game was the Giants. The next game I was like, what happened? Like, what are we doing? You don't even look at the guy, again, and every time you throw him the ball that he makes an impact play. So, are we able to then be consistent and make sure that he is our number 2 or number 3, depending on Ferguson and how the impact that he's having on the game? If
not him, then what you just said about Tony Pollard. Can Tony Pollard be that part of your offense that can extend?
Well, they let him.
Yeah.
They let him
Tony
be that
Pollard, to Kevontae Turpin, guys like that.
The whole bundle.
Sound like we got to have a great game from everybody.
That's what it started to sound like. I'm just trying to use one.
Everybody got to play great.
Right now.
Yes. Let's get our final break in here. Of course, we got the predictions. Here.
Man, you should have started with that. Because I want to know who everybody with right now. He done wore his Cowboys shirt in here. It'd be a damn shame. Boy, I'm telling you. All right. We waiting. Who you with?
That's why I tried to get this area so we got enough time to go ahead and get everything in here with Heckman Harrison, Barry Church, Danny McCarthy, Express Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get the coverage you need this football season with Dallas Cowboy cold weather gear. Visit the nearest pro shop or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience and score knit hats, hoodies, jackets, and more.
Thank you, Hackma Harrison. You are in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. Get plenty of those Tostitos as you get ready to watch the Cowboys and Eagles Sunday Night Football on NBC. Jason Garrett is going to sit down with Dak Prescott for an interview in Football Night in America, so make sure you tune into that. Craig Melvin of the Today Show aired his story with Dak Prescott as Dak starts a new campaign talking about colon cancer and getting other people to make sure they understand that this is a real. His mother passed away from it. Craig Melvin's brother passed away from it. So if you haven't seen it, just check it out on social media. Good stuff. Danny McCray, Barry Church, you guys are former players, so I'm gonna go to you guys first for your Cowboy predictions.
You gonna slide
Cowboys are 3.5 point favorites.
3.5 at home.
At home, sir.
At home, man. And
at home. But they got that big.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Go ahead and get it started, dog.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Go ahead and start.
I think Hurts getting healthier. I think that knee ain't as bad as it once was. God, man, that's a tough pick. It's a tough pick, but I gotta go with Cowboys on this one. I mean, you at home, 14 straight. McCarthy back on the sidelines. You're healthy for the most part. Give me the Cowboys 28, Philly 21. They got to tie.
Are you okay?
Yeah, they're going to get that. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine, brother. I'm fine. I'm telling you, man. That's what I see.
I did not expect that. I did not expect that on this day.
I think I had them split, right? I had them split for the season. Yeah,
I'm the only one that had them getting swept.
I think I had them split. That's right about right.
McCray, what you got?
You're the player.
Yeah, I said the player.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The player.
Listen, this is easy for me. All right, this is easy for me. I've seen Dak play better. Mm-hmm. I've seen him be comfortable with using his legs. I've seen how close they were to beating him last year. I do think that this spread. Ooh, yeah,
3.5, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm covered, but I'm kidding. I'm going 32-29.
Oh,
Dallas Cowboys.
Dan Quinn getting torched again?
Yeah.
So you don't have them covered?
No.
3.5.
Quinn getting torched again?
I don't. Yeah, man. I don't know. It didn't look good last week. Okay, and I think these weapons are better than the weapons that came into the house on last Thursday. So agree. I'm going 32-29. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
Y'all make me spend all of the podcast season, defending the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You talk about your other boys. I talk about the MVP for you throwing up go on, throw it up one more time. You've been throwing it up. Walk with it too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, it's crazy how a few get put some wins together, then all of a sudden everybody start coming over this way. I'm the only one had to eat a tasty cake in here last year.
Because you was talking crazy.
I wasn't talking crazy. I wasn't talking crazy. I was just telling you. I was telling you that they were. Hey, the same thing I saw this year, I seen in them last year. They were gettable, but
you said that a few weeks ago too when we played them.
I did.
I did.
And like you said just a second ago,
a little bit.
That close. That's how close. But dog, I think it's amazing to hear y'all come over on my side like this, and I'm loving it. But I got to find a way to get y'all some East.
I'm confused on what the heck is going on here.
No.
We are former Dallas Cowboys.
Wait a minute. It don't matter.
I'm talking about my side like we on the Eagles side or something.
I've been in here with you. No, don't play that former
Talking
Dallas
foolish.
Cowboy. Do not play that card right now.
You ain't about to do this.
Okay,
this
so
man
listen.
said 20 out the plane last year.
Hey, man.
And then had to take us out to eat because he was so wrong.
No. The 20 off the plane had nothing to do with how you got to the knife. You got to the knife because I said they was going to win the NFC East. That's how you got there. But
Who stopped us from winning the NFC East?
Hey, but listen. Here's the thing. Here's the deal.
What are you talking about?
Here's the deal.
Okay.
I need to find a way to get this tasty cake back over on somebody. Hey, ain't no way.
It's almost right. It's right there.
Are you picking the Eagles?
Hey, man. Which one of y'all, which one of y'all taking the Eagles? You the last one. Are you taking them? Somebody eating the tasty cake on Monday.
Not the cake.
Somebody eating the tasty cake up here. No, bro.
No, we can't pick the Cowboys.
No.
So how about we do a cake on the division?
No, I ain't what it is.
All right. Hey, I'm trying to help you out.
You don't want to do that. Who you picking?
Who you picking, man?
I got Dallas 31-27.
But I'm telling you, see what I'm saying, Chris?
You got Dallas. What's the
Boy,
score?
Chris,
What's the score, man?
do you see this, Chris Bean? Chris Bean, come on, man. Somebody get in. That's what I need, Nate, because I can't believe this. Y'all boys had me eat tasty cakes. And then all y'all coming, and y'all going to be on the Cowboys train.
Division. I tried to say, we can get one for the division.
Boy, that's so cold. Listen, man.
Church, before the season, you saw what it was, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Everybody had us winning this game. They had the Cowboys winning this game, except this one.
He switched out. As I said, I watched the games. I watched the. I saw what happened last week.
We can go to this is a perfect division. It's a perfect division wager.
Yeah,
I'm consistent, man.
This
so
man
what's your
wants us
score?
to pick Philadelphia so bad.
You got him winning by 20? What's up? What you got him doing,
what
man?
you got
How you got the Cowboys winning, man?
I got this one right here. We're gonna put 30. We're gonna put a 30 burger on them, man. I'm going. Let's go 38.
38.
Yeah, we're gonna put 38 on them. 38-24. 38-24 at the Mecca.
So they getting them garbage yards and garbage points then.
Oh, we're gonna drill them.
Okay.
Pound town.
I'll put a tasty cake on. I'll put a tasty cake on that score.
Nah, man, I ain't putting
You want a head up?
No.
He wants a head up bet, but want to say the
no.
Cowboys gonna win by 14.
You see how they played me?
If that's the case, I'll take that bet.
And I ate the tasty cake.
I'll take that bet.
Division is
If you
open.
think they're gonna win by 14,
You see
I'll
this?
take that bet.
You see this?
What other games we got, CB?
Boy, that's cold work. That's
crazy.
cold work.
I can't believe it, man.
You guys ready for the other games?
Yes,
man.
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good. What
let's
you got?
go. Okay, our first game out of the bucket's gonna be Indianapolis at Cincinnati.
Who's getting drilled?
We drilling them out here. We say Cincinnati at the Colts.
Indy at Cincinnati.
Indy
Indy is on a 4-game winning streak.
Now, give me the Colts, though. Or no, give me the Bengals. My bad. Give me the Bengals. Browning. Is that his name? Browning?
You believe it? He showed you something.
He did.
Washington's own.
Let me get that. Let me get Browning out here. Cincinnati 24, Colts 17.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's not playing, so I don't have to pick the Bengals this week. I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with the Colts. 24-17.
24.
I need Zach Moss to have a big time game anyway. So,
that's true.
But yeah, I'm going with the Colts.
Give me Indy 23-20.
No faith in Brown.
Man, I'm going with Browning too. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Chase.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nixon
going.
out there balling.
Let's
I like
go.
those split decisions.
Let's go 2017.
Okay.
All right, next up, we're going to go Minnesota at Vegas.
Ooh, Justin Jefferson
He back, though.
Is he back?
He back, though.
Back.
Did they got what's the name playing quarter? Dobbs?
Yep.
Or they switched. Yeah,
Dobbs is playing.
give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota with Jefferson. I need a big one out of Jefferson. 24-17.
The game's in Vegas.
Yes.
In Vegas.
Man, it's a lot popping in Vegas right now. Give me the Raiders, man. Ooh. I'm going with the Raiders on this one, man. I'm gonna go Raiders. It's an ugly game. I'm gonna go 18-15. Oh. Something ugly.
Give me the Vikings. 24-21.
Ugly matchup. Turn the TV off.
Yeah.
24-21 Minnesota Vikings.
26-24 Minnesota.
Okay.
Got a lone wolf.
There it is.
I need that.
All right,
Should
we
have
got
took the Patriots last night.
We should have.
Yeah. Shout out to Zeke, by the way.
I know Zeke hauling them. Had backpack him last night. Seattle at San Francisco.
Oh man. Don't jump out the window, D-Mac.
No, I'm going. I'm going first.
Yeah.
Oh, I got San Fran. But I actually have it being a really, really close game, like 31-27. It's an 11-point spread. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
11?
It's 11.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, give me San Fran to win this one. Give me 28-20.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. San Fran, 31-21.
San Fran. I need Seattle to win this, though. I need Seattle to win. I'm going to go 30-21.
All right, next one up, we got Buffalo at Kansas City.
That's going to be a good one.
Buffalo, if they lose, they're under 500.
I'll go
Kansas City coming off a loss.
Man, give me dust in this one.
What?
Give me the dust, man.
At the Chiefs.
What are you
Give
doing?
me the dust, man. Chiefs ain't looking good. Give me the dust. 28-24.
I'm going opposite of that. Same score, though. 28-24. Give me the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, boy.
Yeah, they ain't been looking good.
I'm going. I'm going Chiefs too. 27-21.
I ain't messing with the dust.
No, wait, no, you got one more.
I ain't messing with dust.
Give me a 19-16 Kansas City win. Give me a close game here.
I got one more for you.
All right.
Denver at the Chargers.
Your boys. We know who you picking. What's the score? Go ahead and stick with your team, dog.
Somebody else go first.
I'm picking. Let's ride. Let's ride. 27-24. Let's ride.
Man. Now I'm gonna go with Denver too, man. Last week versus Houston, they came close, man, but it looked like Peyton has turned that thing around, man. So I'm going with Denver. I'm gonna go 28-24.
Yeah, give me Kellen and the boys, man.
Why, dog? You don't have to double down.
They
don't have to double
this
down.
victory.
5-7.
Is it at LA or is it?
It's at LA. So
at
far,
LA.
which is not a home, but it's okay.
It's
All the Denver fans
turf,
will
a
be
little
there, but
faster
it's
on
at
turf. Give me the Chargers, 24-21.
I need Keenan Allen to have a good game, so I know you need Cortland Sutton.
I need Sutton. He good for them one little time of a game. Ain't good.
Chargers 26-17.
There we go.
What? Oh yeah. Okay.
Fighting Moors, baby.
We at least we on the same page about this.
Shit.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Man,
We need it.
Bailey Zappi, man. Anything can happen any given Sunday. We don't know.
They need to
go out there and do it.
Well,
I have a coaching staff.
But this might be the last week I had this for this year, so I just wanted to bring him up here because I might.
Is that what that is?
I'm in jeopardy of not making the
show the
playoffs
audience,
this season.
Show the audience,
yeah, you
man.
see right
Yeah,
there.
there it is.
Last
There
year's
it is.
champion, 2022, Danny McCray, We the North. You know, I did win the championship last season, but yeah, he might be leaving.
It's because you switched your name. That's why.
Yeah, he might be leaving this season, but it's all right though. It's all right. He
fought the good fight.
He fought the good. It's not over,
You know?
but it was just in case. Just in case by Sunday I might be throwing this thing through the window. I can't have it. Nobody.
Nobody get this trophy.
What'd you change your name to?
Huh?
What'd you change your name to?
Man, I forgot. That's
Look at that.
Oh yeah. It's a Dragon Ball Z reference. Don't even around.
Yeah.
The Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
We not.
One year I wanted to change the name.
Should've went 2.
Went by defending champion. Just said every week about who you playing this.
That's good. If I squeak out of this one, then that might be my name for next
There
season.
you go. Where y'all get that at?
This is on Amazon.
Okay.
You get anything off Amazon.
Yeah, you won't. You like it?
No.
No, it's good. Yeah.
It looked like Amazon. So
Should have changed the name to the Tasty Cakes.
Bro, put the Tasty Cake on the 14-point lead that
I
you're
ain't
talking
doing
about.
none of that.
I know you won't. That means you don't really want to do it.
I ain't doing none of that.
You don't really
man.
want to do it.
I ain't doing none of that, man. I'm ashamed, dog. All that I done waited a whole year for this. A whole year I had to wait for this. But that's all right. Cowboy Nation, I hope your team win.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!